Alright, so for this episode, I'm going to talk about... For this episode, I'm going to help you with finding your purpose in life. Your true, unique purpose. And also your own set of personal values that you can live by to guide you and give you direction and satisfaction in your life. And this video is not going to contain any kind of cookie cutter advice on how to find your mission. Like, oh, just
read spiritual books and talk with your friends and family on what to do.
You know, like, nah. I'm sure there's some WikiHow article on how to do this, but I'm going to give you specific instructions on how to find your calling in life that you're sent on this earth to achieve. This is going to be a great video, and I'm so excited because I promise by the end of this video, you're going to learn something deep about yourself. I think this is the coolest thing that on this planet with billions of people, every single one of us is insanely unique. From our outer appearance to our inner world, we all have a different story and life journey ahead of us. And because of that, we're all born with a different calling in life. Not many people on this planet have uncovered and are truly living out their life purpose. But by living in alignment with your higher purpose, that's when we start to find deep meaning and fulfillment in our life. Because we're contributing to something that is far greater than ourselves. Everyone on this planet wants to feel like on some level that their life matters and that they've made some sort of difference on this world. And your higher purpose is something that can ground you in what you're doing. Because without it, man, life can become very nihilistic. And there's this great quote from Owen Cook. He says, "When nothing matters, everything matters." And what this means is, let's say you're going somewhere and you miss the bus. What happens? You get mad. Because nothing matters, so everything matters. Or let's say you get like a parking ticket. You know, nothing matters. There's no greater meaning in your life, so everything matters. When nothing matters enough, everything matters too much. Okay, so yeah. With all that said, I'm going to lead you into a little short visualization exercise. To really get you going deep in this exercise, you want to relax fully. So make sure you're in a quiet place where there's no distractions, and turn your phone on silent. Find a place comfy to sit with your back straight. You can do this lying down too, but just make sure you're not sleepy and that you're present and alert throughout the whole exercise. And so find a comfortable place to sit, and we can get started. So you can begin to close your eyes. Try to clear your mind of everything except for my voice. It's not a pleasant sound, but you're going to have to bear with me for a bit. And let's start with 3 cycles of pranic breathing, where I want you to inhale through your nose for a count of 6, hold for 3 seconds, then exhale for a count of 6. And while you exhale, you're going to make a shh sound. And then you hold again for a count of 3. So make sure you take deep inhales from your belly. And we're going to start right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 3, 2, 3. Then exhale for 6. Shh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 3 again. 3. And now breathe normally. Just let things settle a bit. And now let's get ready for our second cycle. Breathing deep from your lower belly through your nose, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 3, 2, 3. Then exhale for 6. Shh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 3 again. 2, 3. Now breathe normally. going to do one more cycle of pranic breathing. Again, remember breathing deep from your belly, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 3, 2, 3. Then exhale for 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 3 again. 2, 3. Breathe normally. Notice things are a little bit quieter now. You're out of your head and really present to the moment. So now I'm going to lead you through a little visualization exercise, and I want you to really try to open your mind here. Visualize yourself going to the funeral of a loved one. Picture yourself driving to the funeral parlor or chapel, parking the car and getting out. And as you walk inside the building, you notice the flowers, the soft organ music. You see the faces of friends and family you pass along the way. And you can just feel the shared sadness in the air of losing someone. You feel it radiating from the hearts of everyone there. And as you make your way up to the front of the room, you look inside the casket and you suddenly come face to face with yourself. This is your funeral, 5 years from today. All the people here have come to honor you and to express feelings of love and appreciation for your life. So you take a seat, and as you look at the program in your hand, you notice that there's going to be 3 speakers. The first is from your family, so your brother and sister, mom and dad, grandparents, your children if you have any, your spouse or significant other, your cousins and uncles and aunts who flew all over the country just to attend. The second group of speakers is a few of your closest friends who can give a real sense of who you were as a person. And the third speaker is from your work or school or church that you are involved in. Now think really deeply here. What would you like each of these speakers to say about you and your life? What kind of son, daughter, sister, or brother would you like their words to reflect? What kind of friend? What kind of working associate? What character would you like them to have seen in you? What kind of contributions and achievements would you have wanted them to remember you by? Look carefully at the people in the room. What impact would you have wanted to make in their lives? Take some time to really think about this, and think as big as possible. Don't put limits on yourself here. Now take a few moments to jot down on paper or your notes app some of the impressions that you had, and this will greatly help your personal understanding of the next part. If you participated seriously in this experience, then you have touched for a brief moment some of your deep fundamental values. Your values are like your inner guidance system, which are the things that you believe are important in the way you live your life. I got this visualization exercise from the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and it was in the habit begin with the end in mind. And what that means is to begin today with the image of the end of your life as a frame of reference or criteria by which everything else is to be examined. Each part of your life, today's behavior, tomorrow's behavior, next week's behavior, next month's behavior, can all be examined in context of the whole, of what really matters to you. You now have a clear understanding of your destination, what kind of person you truly want to be, and what kind of things you truly want to accomplish. You have an idea of where you are now and a direction of where you want to go. So now every step that you take is always going to be in the right direction. It's so incredibly easy to get lost in the activity trap of working harder and harder, climbing the ladder, only to realize that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. And I talked in my last video too how there's all these distractions in the matrix that take us out of who we really are and what we really want. People can become so busy in this life achieving victories that end up being completely empty, trying to achieve success only to end up realizing that it came at the expense of losing something much more valuable to them. Think how different our lives are when we truly realize what's deeply important to us and when we keep that picture in mind. If the ladder isn't leaning against the right wall, every step we take is just taking us to the wrong place faster. If you carefully consider what you wanted to have been said of you during the funeral experience, you will have come across your definition of success. It might be very different from the idea of success that you had in mind. It's a new perspective. It's sort of like a paradigm shift, because when you die, and you're never ready for it, you'll never know when that time comes, but when it comes, know that you're leaving everything in this physical world. The only thing that's left is the soul, the spirit that you evolved during this lifetime, and the impact that you had on others. David Data says in his book, The Way of the Superior Man, that it's very common for people to enter periods of not knowing what to do with their life. You're never gonna have one static purpose in life, because your life purpose is kind of like an onion where you peel back the layers. Your outer layer is like your basic intuition as to what you want to do with your life. But as you go through life and you change, you hone and evolve your purpose. You work on your purpose and then you peel that layer back. You know, your life purpose is a dynamic process. Maybe as a kid you come to find that you're really interested in biology, and so you go through high school and you learn about biology and you try to become a doctor. But then, during high school you might realize, hey, I actually don't really, I'm actually more interested in animals. I like working with animals. And so you apply to college to become a veterinarian, and then you go through vet school, and as you keep going through life you keep peeling back those layers, and you might think well, maybe I'm kind of bored of this whole vet thing, and I don't really like the routine, and maybe I was more interested in the idea of being a vet. And you end up going deeper and you might realize hey, I actually just care about animal welfare. I just want to save the animals. So you start finding ways of using your skills as a biologist and veterinarian and how you can best serve that purpose to save endangered animals or abused animals. So the key is you're using your creativity and you're following your passion to lead you to your ultimate purpose. You just want to keep drilling deeper and deeper to the core of yourself until you can find a job that you can 100% be expressing yourself in. And there's so many jobs and careers out there that line up with the type of impact that you want to have on this world. So you just gotta find it. Your higher purpose isn't something that you can just sit down and plan out in a day. It's a dynamic process that's ever evolving and changing just as you change. But through this video, you now have a sense of some of your core values, and so you can start, you have a general direction and idea of where you want to go, and you can start taking the first steps. It's not going to be easy to make your exact passion into a career sometimes. You have to consider how to make it valuable to other people and how to make it produce money so you can support yourself. It's definitely challenging, and it's a long-term goal that you set for yourself, but the way I think about it is, what else would you do with your life?
Facts.
If you don't have some sort of concrete objective of what kind of impact you want to have on other people in your life, you're gonna kind of flounder in life, just moving around here and there, just maybe being motivated by a higher salary or a company with a better reputation, and you'll be doing that and you'll be going from here to there, but you're not gonna be really expressing who you really are. And also, maybe you don't care about having a job that you're passionate in. Maybe you just care about having a family and finding purpose in raising children. So just try to stay true to who you are. Your higher purpose is a lifelong journey, and it's constantly evolving and changing, just as you constantly evolve through life. And if you ever find yourself in periods of not knowing what to do and what you're passionate in, don't fret. because it's completely normal. Just think about your core values and think, how can I truly express myself and what matters to me? And what kind of impact do I want to have on other people? And you just follow that, because no matter where you start going, you know you'll always be going in the right direction. And so yeah, that's all I had to say. That's all for this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope you're able to connect with yourself on a deeper level. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another video.